Hey, Wyoming, Sound Majority. Welcome back, I'm Quincy Park. Today we're gonna continue writing. Um, we're gonna be doing setting of locations today, and I'm going to do two today, just to one up myself from last time. And we begin with the kingdom, and we're gonna pull a lot of this stuff from the backstory, because we had this one, so it was a peaceful town, I guess. It's a township of Vairocana. Um, Toys. So we have a toy maker, we have a shoemaker. Obviously, we're gonna have a wizard or two, and um, maybe a hero's um, livery service, followed by what do we call it? Let's give it a blacksmith, and let's see how we do from there. The kingdom of Vairocana. Um, um, third total for or let's give it an obscene amount of time. Let's go 300 years. Years. Uh, shifting. Many a hero. Many a hero. Um, often come to Vairocana for for ad for and adventure adventure for adventures, wealth, and what's the word? Wealth and study. We have sports, many, um, not recreational. What's the word I'm looking for? Many industries. Um, shoemaking, shoemaking, to think a ventures, bleh, adventures livery service. King Queen of the a a of a of a daughter daughter of a daughter the the land of let's go with what's a really good fantasy name? Adapt 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 no, that's a weird name. Let's go with the land of Gaia. Land of Lord, no, let's see. The land of Soleo. I like that. That's a cool name. Wait, is this 2 words? What? Oh, wow. That's it. That's the plural of armories, isn't it? Okay. Um, and then we can expand to one of these. Play the nearest place here and where the story comes from. Hello? What is happening? Give me a sec. I hit something, didn't I? Okay. Well, that's why you're like this. Okay. Stop right there. Thank you. That was so stupid. Just outside the boundaries of Vairocana. Hey, the dominantly shadowed tall. Um, that's a good name. It's dire. The dire. Something like that. Something like that, and then we can expound further upon the world. So then, like, we can do another place. So we're gonna go to Luxemcrest. Like, what was it like beforehand? This would probably be a discovery later. See, discovery. We're gonna maybe we may save this one, but we can keep going with here. Like, this is all stuff like we can discover as we go along. But effectively, this is pretty much it. Like a good baseline. Now, much like in Dungeons and Dragons, so we're gonna, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put this here. This is gonna be for a level 3. Level 2C. Um, Discovery. Um, so now let's talk about D&D. So here's a dungeon master. No one? Probably just me. So if you're in a unique setting, if you're in a unique setting, and you have a fully detailed map and history of an area, no one, I repeat, no one wants to read a wall of text describing the rich and utterly confounding history of a place unless it is plot relevant. It's like learning a history lesson nowadays. Oh, cool, this happened. Or, oh, cool, this was a thing, and now we have it. Because for me, what I feel about history, they say those who fail to learn history are destined to repeat it. I find that really hard to believe when we have a dude. There's like one guy on the internet, I don't know what his talent is. Sorry, I don't understand what his talent is. There we go. I don't understand his talent. He can, I quote, take a photo. You take a photo, you give it to him. He'll tell you exactly where the F you are. I, I don't know. I absolutely don't know. I don't know, nor do I care. I absolutely don't care. That's a really cool talent, though. Not like, not like that could be a job. That's basically saying you're a geolocator or a detective. You could be like a detective. You're like, yeah, yeah, I'm missing my sibling. This is her picture. This was taken here. And like he zooms in from the world and he clicks on that exact area, and I'm like, it's like, yeah, that's what the photo's saying. Where is she? Oh, she's over here. What do you mean? No, cool, sick skill set, bro. Skills, cool skill set. But I find it really hard to believe that you're telling me this place has a rich history and I can't learn it organically. This is something you're just telling me. If it's if it's among common knowledge from back then yes, you can relay that information to me organically through the main character. And we're going to do a quick example. Let's just make a character name. In fact, you know what? Let's just borrow one. Oh, what's her name? Let's just give a generic name here. I'm not gonna. Actually, you know, let's use the character I already have created. Let's use Jessie. Uh, and she'd probably describe it in her head, so I'm gonna be doing it as a thought process. And the following is what I'm writing. Niece in memory. Took some rest has been under why zombies was incorrect. Dying and groaning like zombies. The acidic nature of the entrance and the smell of decay paint. Mm. The once beautiful yellow colors of colors. Now a washed up gray and un, un, and otherworldly green. Descriptions of color are really um can really set a tone and feeling to a reader. You'd basically be describing this in full detail as they walk in, just the smell of decay hits them in the face and they just wish to vomit. Yeah, this is simple, but then if we were to expand this town entirely, yeah, cool, you expanded the town to the nth degree. How are you going to explain this to a reader who, for the first time, doesn't get it? Or so you need to summarize it quickly, and then you can uncover other things. It's like, oh, does this place have a blacksmithy? That's to your left, sir. But then they walk in town like this. It's like, I'm looking for a blacksmith. Someone just vomits at you, or they claw at you from the floor. Kind of weird, right? You just don't need to fully and utterly expound upon the reader the nature and everything of a location. Now, I do have one more thing to do. You're the writer. What does this mean? You're the writer. This means you can give as much as you want. You you pace the story as you need to pace it. So what I want you to do when you when you give as much as you want, and like there's also show don't tell, but the point I'm trying to make is you're the writer, you choose how much you need to exposit to the reader. I'm just saying there's a time to exposit. If they just entered a town and and you know the town entirely, the reader doesn't know. Having the character just exposit everything about the town, it's like, well, how did they know this? Or maybe, well, they know this information's not useful to me or to the plot. It doesn't matter. It, you need to like oozy drip your tufts. So if I can use my campaign as an example, my my players just encountered an entity known as the Void, and I I dripped slowly that there's something up. They entered Fandolin. They entered Fandolin, and everyone's cold. Everyone's like pale, and they've all like have this like weird aura, except for maybe a handful of people who are trying to like manage. And then they find the lost mine. They enter it, and then weird shit starts happening. And it isn't until they get the book and a talisman that helps them locate stuff that they can slowly piece together what the void could do and how it operates. Also, don't invent anything without a specific counter. Make the counter somewhat universal for any dungeon masters out there. So don't be like, the evil villain community is slayed by this one sword. Yeah, the fighter is the only one who's gonna be able to kill it. Don't do that. But you're the writer. You choose how much you need to exposit to your reader and your players. Just don't exposit everything. You pick the pace. Also, for cutscenes. I'll add this in here. Let them know it's a cutscene, but also make it interactable. I just had them find this, they call it a kaiju fight, but it's actually just a card battle between me and my best friend. Not a full card battle, just a small mini one that I threw together. And they're like, oh man, that's kind of like one of them was like, oh man, that's kind of sick. This is kind of cool. And he's just staring at this duel going down. Duel. Um, the other one's like, I don't give a shit. Fair enough. You don't need to interact with this scene. One of them, he just made up something, so I ran with it. He's like, oh, there was a Dragonborn lady here. I'm gonna go talk to her. And I'm like, Dragonborn lady? What are you talking about? I think he misinterpreted what I said. I said there was a giant red dragon in like armor with a sword, and it's doing a giant man with blue armor and a giant sword. Kind of sick. And I had it dual like this thing fight out. So I think he misinterpreted that as a small person on the floor, either that or they just made it up. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna give you a red female dragonborn character to interact with. And they had a little character interaction, and then the duel was quickly over. You don't need to do that. A lot of stuff can happen on this side, and then we can piece shit together. And turns out it's between me and a friend of mine, and I send the friend back. Stuff like that. You need to nasal drip your plot elements slowly. So I'm gonna take a look at uh my story Godly Revival. I think I might just need to rename this. Um oh god, I did not even do my normal stuff here. Oh my heavens. Um Okay, so we're approaching his palace. So this is. Wait. Okay, so you don't see this. So I'm just going over another chapter. And I start here with. Wait. Oh, wait, that was stupid. I need to rename that sword. Um, the um the hero is like, "I'll kill you," and this is his like ultimate defeat. Chaos Obsidian ultimately kills Jamie. I never named this hero. Um, but yeah, and this whole thing took 2 pages to do, like a page and a bit. I could just expound on this a little more with like my indentations. All right, I'll work on that. There we go. So what I'm getting at here is there's a time to expand and a time to lay low and let the plot happen. Or it's like, well, I need to get into my city where there's a high level magic user there. Well, you're on the other side of the planet. How do you get there? You do a quest, you get money, you buy a horse, you take some more gear with you, you plunge your way through a couple of encounters, maybe you meet a friend along the way. That's the journey, and then you expand and learn the lore of the world, where your magic came from, all that. You build your system, you build this, you get that, and then everything starts to expand. Your world expands. The more your world expands, the faster and more interesting and rich your world will inevitably become once you engaged your reader. And I think I can call it here. I'm just double checking to see if I'm missing anything. Not really. I'm pretty sure my level 3 will be making villains. I feel like that would be an interesting topic to tackle, making an interesting villain. A lot of people are just going to be like, oh, just do this. And I'm like, no, no. A villain can be very, very maniacal, very planning. Much like a DM, like me. So I think we're gonna. I don't know if I can call it here or not. Let me just flesh this plot point out. Um, you deem necessary to relay to the reader right this what is necessary? Recommend what is necessary and what will also further the plot down the line. But and mending will come as you deem it so. And I think we can call it here. If you made it into the this far into the video, please I hate this section. I hate it. Please consider subscribing, dropping a like, and leaving a comment. I'm looking forward to getting feedback on this because I've been unabated for so long, and no one's watching or letting me know anything. And if they are watching, I don't know if they're clicking off, but it's registering a view. Well, till next time, I'm Quincy Puck. Till next time, okay, ciao.